Alrighty. Hello, TV land. I am having a really weird time here with my camera, which does not appear to be working from this end. Yeah, it is. All right. So we're going to start with breath work. There we go. Um, and I am going to sit on a physio ball. So I'm going to sit on a bigger physio ball. Oh, the strangeness of the interwebs. I've been having all sorts of issues with my camera. And with like I'm like, is it my perception or is it the camera that's actually weird? And in this case, maybe both. So we're going to start with this breathing that I've been doing. It's a Tim's technique, TT, one of his TTs. We're going to do TT-10 because we're going to do 10 breaths in each thing. So it's going to be 10 big inhale exhales. At the end of that, we'll take a big, huge inhale and we'll hold it. And maybe I'll use my thing to do it. Like maybe we'll try and go for a little longer this time. I'm not going for huge breath holds. Like Tim was a Wim Hof teacher, and often that is really big breath holds. So if you want to do those, you're welcome to do it. Just letting someone into the Zoom room. Hey, Catherine already started on YouTube. So, and we're starting with breath. I'm just muting you. So we are going to start with this breath practice, and it will be 10 big breaths. If you need to inhale sooner than I do, that's fine. If you need to take longer than I do, that's also fine. Really make it work for you, right? You're listening to your body, you're working with your body, and you know what you feel like inside, and I don't. So we're going for 10 big breaths. I'm going to add the arms for this first set. So big inhale, pull all the air in, and then exhale everything out. Here we go. Good. Everything out, everything in, and hold. And I'm going to do seconds on here. Slow exhale. Inhale, one more breath. Think of drawing in and up from your pelvic floor, inside your diaphragm. Little hold up here. So 1, 2, 3, but not too much. It's just a little lift. And on the outside, everything's relaxing. Let that one go. So that was a 30-second hold and then followed by like a 15-second hold. We'll do it again and maybe go a little bit longer. Don't push your system. Really listen to your system, but it is good to develop a little bit of stamina for these breath holds. So here we go again. I'm going to use the arms again. Hopefully I can count to 10. Sometimes I can't. Here we go. Everything out. Big breath in, pull up and in, relax out and down. Slow hiss, exhale. Inhale, another hold. I'm bouncing around, shaking up my inner body. Let it go. So one thing I also want to offer, which I feel like really becomes interesting for me, is that when I am in the breath hold, I kind of let my central channel or the body parts inside, the anatomy inside my central channel have some micro movement. So a little bit of moving and adjusting. And the outer body is really relaxing as much as possible. So it's like there's this draw in and up and then out and down, like a torus, like out and in, coming. So our energy pattern is doing this. And we are relaxing. And also, if we really think of that energy pattern doing that, it's almost like it's very three-dimensionally doing it. It's not just, I don't know. There's good imagery of this, which you can find online, looking at a torus. Um, okay, one more time. This time, instead of the hands, we're going to do an arch and curl. So a little bit of cat cow. Going for 10 breaths. We'll hold it a little bit longer. And if you need to breathe in or out, do whatever you need to do. Listen to your body. Honor that. If you can give it a little bit more of a hold, great. Here we go. Bigger. Good. Everything. We're going to do one more huge breath in and out. And then full in. Hold, drawing in and up. Micro movement, internal adjustment. Exhale. In and up, out and down. And relax and let it go. Shake it all out, shake it all out. We're going to do the lymph flush. I feel like between these two things, breath work and lymph flush, it's like they're magical keys to health. Morning walk outside in the sunlight, in the daylight, even if it's raining. I was out there today. So rubbing your hands together, just getting some energy in there, starting with your right hand, upper left clavicle, above and below it, gentle with your tissue. We're not trying to jam ourselves in there. We're giving the tissue a chance to move around and we're opening up, hopefully, that main floodgate of the lymph coming back into the blood flow. Relax your neck and jaw. So this should be like relieving and not causing stress to your body, right? So it should feel like, oh yeah, this is this thing that we do, and then I'm getting healthier. Like that's the brain thing, the thing to think about. Change it to the other side. We're not trying to get in there and rip our tissue apart. We're trying to be gentle with our body. But as we create this relationship of touch, oh, I know how hard or how soft I should touch my body so that I'm not injuring myself or causing damage, right? And the older we are, often the less integrity our fascia has, the less integrity, the less collagen, the less resilience. So that's one reason why we actually want to give it this type of movement. Coming around the angle of the jaw, I'm doing both sides at the same time. I'm right in. Here's the angle of my jaw, just inside that. Slowing this one down, very gentle. Relaxing my tongue, relaxing inside my head, inside my face. Opening up if there's any sort of blocked lymph nodes, we're inviting them to open. We're not forcing them to open, we're inviting them to open. And then we're going to come into the face, right in here next to your nose, squish it up, little circle in there, clearing anything up in there. And then coming down to your cheeks, I'm going to put all 3 fingers in there. I'm going to go really gently, but there's a lot of things that are going back. Like there's a passageway in here between the brain and the outer surface of your face. Not the outer surface, the tissue in your face and your cheeks. Good. And then shake that out. Coming in, right hand to left pec and lat. Not pec and lat. Pec and deltoid. Coming in here, pec and armpit. Getting that going. And then the same thing on the other side. Okay, we've got this very sort of dreary day here in upstate New York. I kind of like them though when it's just like there are fewer people out walking around. It gets a little rainy, but the garden's getting watered. All right, coming in to Cisterna in and up. So we just did all that breath work. So we should have massaged this area a lot because the cisterna chyli is right under our diaphragm. Deep diaphragmatic breathing, also a great, and I'm kind of pumping in and up. Deep diaphragmatic breathing is also going to move lymph in your body. And then coming into the inguinal fold in the grotesque plane. And then down behind the eye of the knee. And then just a bounce, shake, move your whole body. So there's some bouncy resilience in your tissue. What we demand of our body is what our body responds to. So if we want bouncy, resilient tissue, bouncy, springy joints and fascia, we want to give it some bounciness, bouncy, trouncy. But if that's too much, make it softer and gentler, right? Work within what feels okay in your body. Listen in. If you aren't sure, ask your own body. Let's spiral, standing on 2 feet, looking around behind you, letting your hands hit. And then we're going to switch it so you're moving towards the back foot. And you can think of pushing off that foot. So you're pushing off, creating this diagonal spiral, right? Pushing off of one foot, letting that spiral up your body. So much less central movement in this. We're really getting a little bit more free flow into it. And then let's do some calf stuff. So I'm finding that like I am having a lot of calf cramping. So we're going to do bend your knees, straighten, press up and lower. Bend and stretch and up and down. And I know it could be like potassium, magnesium, different things that my body's missing, although I'm eating a pretty healthy diet. But it can also be it's not moving enough in diverse ways. So getting some movement, bend, stretch, press up and lower. Bend, stretch, press up, lower, bend, stretch, push, lower. We're going to go up and stay, just finding your balance up there, pushing the floor away. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. Feel your toes spreading out. And then release that down, one big bend, and we're just going to go straight up and down, no knees, up and down, or no bend in the knees, no plie. 5, 4, 3, 2, parallel legs, last one. Stay up there again. You feel your muscles working. Push the floor away. Think of your crown of your head reaching to the ceiling, tall and long. Good. And then we're going to do just a small turnout, bend and straighten and push and lower. bend and straighten and push. So we're not forcing our turnout, and straighten and push and lower, just something manageable, nothing that's going to mess up our ankles or our knees. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. And then stay up there, stay, push the floor away, feel the spiral going down your legs. Push, 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 and release, and then just up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can really find it on top every time. 5. If you need something to hold on to, use something to hold on to. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay. Hello, legs. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Good. And release. Shake it out. Shake it out. We're going to do one more. And anyone who's a ballet dancer is going to cringe and freak out. No, don't do it like that. But we're doing it for our muscles and our tissue. So we're going to turn in a little bit. Open your feet a little wider so that you can bend and straighten and push. So it turned in. What we're really doing is getting the tissue. We worked in parallel. We worked turned out. Now we're working with a turn in. Knees towards each other. Press up. And if you, yeah, this is, you wouldn't just do this one. You got to do all 3. Parallel, turned out, turned in. 4 more. 3, but we're getting the tissue to work in all these different ways. 2, last one, and you're going to go and stay in that weird turned in position. Helps if you're looking straight out. Try not to be looking down here. Good. And release. Shake it out. I don't know what your feet feel like. Mine are like, what? Just take a walk around. We are going to do the straight leg version. If your body starts cramping or freaking out, getting up and walking is always a good thing. Bodies understand walking. Our physiology is made to walk. All right, coming back in. Last one. Small turn in. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. So I'm here. I just turn in a little bit, up and down without a bend. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Stay up there. Push the floor away. Find your balance. Lengthen. Use something if you need to hold on. If it's too much, stop earlier. Good. And release it down. Shake it out. So, as a dancer, lots of times, as a ballet dancer, like growing up, like people have tendonitis, problems with their knees, problems with this, problems with that. And that's one reason because we're always working the tissue in one direction. If we spent some time working the tissue the other way, the whole system would have more resilience. And that's why we're doing it in all these different ways. When I did my knee rehab, it's like do it turned in, do it parallel, do it turned out. It's great for your fascia to have to adjust and negotiate that with strength and flexibility. All right, let's take it down to the floor. Let's see. 1 second. Let me just make sure that this live stream is actually working. It is. Hallelujah. So that was a whole bunch of legwork. If you are out there in TV land, please like, subscribe, and share it. Tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your dad. Yeah. I was trying to get my dad to work out more when he was older, but he didn't want to. It was painful. So he didn't live as long as he could have, which was a real bummer. It's like, the cobbler's child has no shoes. The movement teacher's parent won't work out. It's very tragic. But my mom, on the other hand, is awesome and works out. Arms outside, side, stretch it from side to side. Oh, opening up. Right? Because it's not just that we're looking for longevity, we're also looking for quality of life and health. When we're moving our body consistently, regularly, in diverse ways, we're giving our systems the opportunity to be way healthier. Our fascia, springy and responsive, as opposed to kind of matted up like felt or boiled wool. Side stretch, take it to the front, change arms, take it around to the other side. open it up. Sideways and forward, sideways and open. Good. And then let's change. So non-dominant leg is in front, whichever one wasn't there before. If this cross-legged position isn't working for you, find another way, or do this seated on a chair with your legs a little bit open. Always feel free to adapt and think, be a little creative. How could I do this so that it works? Side stretch. Try to not let your butt pop off the floor. So feel it that's you're getting into this C curve. I can even push with this bottom hand. And then take it down to your knee and hang out there. Bring it into center. Over to the other knee. Side stretch. And open it up. Going back. Sideways, push with that hand so you get that extra bit of side stretch. Take it down over your knee. Facing your leg into the center. Other knee. Side stretch. And open it up. Good. Let's just do a release for the hips and butt, rolling from one side to the other, massaging through your hips, massaging through your glutes, massaging through your rotators. And then you can stay on one butt and just kind of move around. So you're getting more shear in there. So slidey glidey, and then take it to the other side and the same thing. And then come in. Let's take it all the way down to the floor. If you have weights, get them. Just want to show you. Here's an icosahedron. It's a very weird one, but it's got these struts. So I don't know why I'm showing you this. I'm showing you this because it was just off camera. It's a very cool little item to play with, right? This is when I'm talking about space and three-dimensional space. Well, this is one representation, right? Much like the paintings. All right, take it down to the floor. Come in for a landing on the earth. Thank you, planet Earth. I am in relationship and harmony with you as much as I can be. Let's take it from side to side, just rolling slowly, letting your body pour. So don't think of moving from the bones and the muscles. Think of moving from the water in your body. So it's like the water comes over to one side, it sloshes, and then the wave returns to go the other way. So thinking of making it as relaxed and effortless as possible by just using this idea of moving from the fluids in your body, moving from the water. Really relaxed and easy, allowing your neck, shoulders, and face to soften, allowing your brain to relax. Release the thinking. Let it go. Let yourself be just in the physical experience or the sensory experience of the water sloshing around inside your body. Spreading across to one side and then going to the other side. And just landing on your back with your feet on the floor. You can open your arms out. From here, let's just turn our head from side to side. If you have any kind of tension in your shoulders or crickiness in your neck, then make it smaller, make it easier. We're going to change the way of doing it. So I can turn my head looking one way, I'm rolling across the back looking the other way. But now I'm going to think of just sliding my head across the floor behind me. So I'm feeling into the sliding of the back of my head. And instead of feeling like, oh, I'm turning and looking over there, I'm feeling like my head on top of my spine turning. And I'm feeling the back of my head sliding across the mat. So just feeling what that feels like. It doesn't have to be a whole big range of motion, just a different way of moving. And then relax that. And let's stretch our legs out, flex your feet, big circles with your arms, looking down towards your toes and then coming up over your head. So nice arm circle, allowing your scapula, both of them, your scapulae, to move around on your back. With your arms. So there's a rhythm of movement from your scapula to your upper arm bone, down through your radius and ulna, out through your hands. And it also includes your collarbone. And change direction, other way. So we're not thinking so much about moving from the water now as moving from bones, fascia, muscles, and feeling the support of your scapula for your arms. Let's just take the arms out to the side and snow angel your arms. See if you can initiate the movement from your shoulder. And so it might be kind of like a wave going up and then a wave going down. So snow angel, but like kind of like this. I'll show you. Kind of like this, that it's going up and then it's going down. It's going up and it's going down. Just feeling into that. So if I initiate with my shoulders, my shoulder lifts, it comes into my elbow, it comes into my hand, then my shoulder drops, comes into my elbow, comes into my wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. All right, enough of that. Just thinking about that, right? The ways that we're moving. A lot of times nobody's ever thought about where's the movement coming from, where's it starting. I could also start like in a different way. I could start with my fingers to my wrist to my elbow to my shoulder, and then fingers, wrist, elbow, shoulder, right? It's a different way going up and down. All right, arms out to the side, knees into your chest, spiral, big twist, looking from side to side. And then let's come in into center and take your knees into, I can see Gaylord is about to do something. His little head's popping up right there. I feel like he wants to jump up on the computer. Just going to give you there's a Gaylord sighting. There he is in all his glory. Poor Gaylord. He was the number one kitty, and then the other two kitties came in, and he's not in love with them. I mean, they've been here for years now, but he still is not in love. Let's take it in, stretch it out. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, reach, exhale, closed, inhale, long body, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and relax. Just wiggle your spine, free up your head tail connection, relax your head, relax your gut body, relax your butt, relax, relax, relax. Shake it out. And then let's come up with our pelvis, circles with your hips, circling around, opening the front of your body, working the back of your body. And getting this very three-dimensional movement through your core. And then change direction the other way. And we're not trying to like work harder than necessary. Like it's not like, oh, tighten this up and clamp that and work harder. No, work as efficiently as you can. So you're not driving the car with the brakes on. Good. And come in parallel. You're just going to pull forward and backward. Feel what your feet are doing. Try to stay parallel with your feet. Knees are moving away from your head, and then you're pushing with your feet. Maybe free up your shoulders, your neck, and your head here. So this is actually giving me a little bit of massage in my upper traps. And I'm trying to relax my head so I'm not rigid in my upper spine, relaxing my neck. Good. And then roll it down through your spine. And let's do I don't know. I love the leg circles. It's like one of my favorite exercises. It's just big range of motion leg circles or small range of motion. I didn't like as a Pilates exercise when they're really kind of uh bound, I'm not that into them, but as like a bigger open exercise, I'm super into them. So working any size that feels good to you, getting that nice circular movement in your hip socket, and I'm going to let my butt come off the floor. So I'm going to peel up and then open and take it down. Rolling it up, opening it out, down, pointing at the kitty, up, open, looking at Gaylord. His full name is actually Lord Gaylord. Like he is part of the aristocracy. And these little cats that came in. Relax, let go, and let your knees fall from side to side. Just spiral like the white kitty, Squeaky Deeks. His real name is Zazen because he was supposed to be this calm little kitty. Turns out he was just sick. So once he got his energy back, he was not calm at all, full of beans, more energy than anyone else. But Squeaky Deaky came from a hoarder's hotel that had 9 cats living in one hotel room, and that was a set of kittens that came out of that hotel. And the 9 cats, like the guy wouldn't get the kittens get the cats spayed, so there was a lot of fighting and kittens. Anyway, and then the pea pod, I'm not sure which group she came out of. She came from somewhere else. Let's take a quick happy baby pose. Wiggle around because I know that we like to talk cat history in here. What is the history of the kitties in the house? Yeah, so the Squeaky Deek is part uh, Oriental with the big ears, skinny body, long tail, and the Peapod is part part Manx, or I don't know. It's more than well, she's probably like not fully Manx. She's got a little stub of a tail. And she hops around like a bunny. Let's roll back and forth. And Gaylord's a New York City kitty who must have had a very lovely owner before because he's such a sweetheart. But for some reason, he was found out on the street at somebody's apartment building. He came up to the doorman and they were then, so I was at ballet class and somebody's like, "Do you need a cat?" And at that point, I was like, "Yes, I do. I need a cat." And Gaylord joined my life. Let's come in, curl your toes under, arch, and curl. The funny thing is, when Gaylord came in and I was at ballet class and the person was like, "Do you need a cat?" I had been wanting a cat, but I had looked online at like different ASPCA things and I just felt overwhelmed by it. So having Gaylord just arrive out of the blue from ballet class was a good thing. All right, let's change that. You're going to curl your toes under, lift your knees off the floor. Just shift your weight forward and backward a little bit. See if you can pick up one hand and one foot. If that works, try getting more of a reach. This could also just be here, right? So easier version here, harder version here. Good, and relax. Calm down. Depending on which version you are doing, that could be super easy or sort of challenging. Let's just take it into a crawl. You're going to go forward and then go back. Just hands and knees. If this hurts your knees, don't do it. Find some other exercise to do instead. But if you're okay, if you've got enough padding underneath you, crawling forward and backward. If you have a small child, try to spend some time crawling with them, even if they can walk. This is a great pattern for our nervous system. Also, if you have a back issue, if your back is hurting, get back into crawling. It's going to work your body in a different way, different relationship to gravity. And it's that contralateral cross body movement that's so healthy for our nervous system. All right. So we're going to do one more along those lines. Sitting on your butt, it's going to be a butt walk forward and then a butt walk backward. Let that flow through your torso. If your hamstrings are really tight, this might be hard. So if your hamstrings are tight, just bend your knees to do it. Hello, pelvic floor, getting a lot of movement in there, right? So this is actually great for the tissue in our pelvic floor, great for our hip sockets, great for our spine, great for our lower back. Going forward and backward a few more times. Yeah, so for this pattern, the way that I do it very much is one side, the other, one side, the other. There's a little bit of lag in the upper body. Going back, it's not quite contralateral, right? It's sort of body half. Could I do it contralateral? It's a lot. I can. It's a lot. It takes more work. If you want to try and cross body that, go ahead. So contralateral would mean that like my elbow and knee on one side are going forward at the same time. It's just, I don't know. I'm just thinking about these things. Let's take it down onto our backs again. Arms up over your head. We're going to add a breath to this. And it's going to be sort of like Pilates hundreds, but with a like a strong librarian be quiet sound. So the inhale is through your nose, and then exhale up to 90 degrees and to about 45. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Two. Last one. And relax. Drop it down. Let your knees fall from side to side. So spiral pattern as a recuperation from that sagittal flow. Wheel flow into a twist, right? Letting go. Ribcage, lungs, and heart freeing up in your body. There's something else I wanted to do right after that. What was it? Okay, we're going to do some harder stuff. We're going to do some harder hamstring stuff. If you have a block, grab your block. This is kind of a smallish block. If you have a bigger one, that's better. It's actually harder with less block. If you don't have a block, but you have an old-fashioned telephone book or a towel that's kind of dense that you can fold up, use that. Let me have a sip of water. Okay, you're going to go onto your back. You're going to take your block underneath 1 foot. So I have 1 foot on the floor, 1 foot on the block. From here, just pressing up. Inhale up, exhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. So we're working hamstrings, butt, and back. Down, up, and down, up, and down. One more. And we're going to switch the block to the other side. Switch it. Here we go. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Up, down, push, release, push, release. Last one. Up and down. Switch the block back to the first side. So it's going to get a little more complicated, but not really. You can handle this. If you don't have a block, you can also just do this without the block, but it is actually harder. Pressing up. One leg goes up to the ceiling. We're going to do outward circles on the ceiling. So, like beach ball size circles. Push the floor away. Try not to let your pelvis drop. And flex, go the other way. Pushing with the standing leg. And then we're going to point our toes. Actually, let's come down. We'll do the second. We'll go back and forth. Give you a break. Come down. So we're having a lot of legs today, right? That first part was very calf, shin, lower leg, and now we're getting more hamstring. Hamstring and back body. Hamstring, butt, and back body. Okay, other leg comes up. You have switched your block. Outward circles. Arms can be anywhere that you feel they're supporting you, whatever works for you. Pelvis high. Try not to let it drop. So really pushing. And flex, change direction. I'm trying to go for about 6 circles up here, between 6 and 8. Or we could say between 4 and 8, which is 6. Good. And point it and come down. Block back to the first side. Hamstrings are also hard to get in a mat class. Like it's really hard to get in there and strengthen that up when we're on the floor. But here's a great way. So we're back to the first side, one leg up to the ceiling, pointed toes straight up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bring it down. And shake it out. Shake out both legs. Give your hamstrings a little hit. And move it to the other side. Here we go. Press it up. Pointed toes to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Bring it down. Push the block away. And let's just do a quick happy baby. Find some baby playfulness in your baby. Wiggle around. And then you're going to come in, stretch one leg, the other one reaches out. Change it. Come again. First side, flex that top foot. You can drop your head to the floor. And then the other side. One more time, pointed. And switch. And then flexed. And switch. Good. And release. Open your feet wider than your sticky mat. So it looks like this. Feet wide, heels kind of close to your butt, but wide, and internally rotating one leg at a time. Spiraling in. If you want to hook one heel and hang out there, go for it. Switch. Or just keep moving back and forth. Listen to your own body. Good. And release. And there's one more thing. I really wanted to use the ball today and do one more thing on our backs, and then we're going to flip. Ball. So I have this 8-pound ball, and you could use a set of weights, a single weight, a set of weights. Don't do anything higher than 8 pounds, I think, unless you do a lot of weights, and then you can go do whatever you want. But if this is all new for you, even 1 pound would be enough. We're holding a book, circling it around you. If you don't have weights, get a can, I don't know, get a book, get anything that feels like it adds enough weight for you. Get a stone from the garden. Doesn't have to be big. And then change direction, go the other way. If you're having issues in your rotator cuff, make this smaller. You can bend your elbows and keep it in tight. But if that all feels good, take it out. Let your scapula really support the movement. So it's not anchored on your back, not moving. It is moving around, mobilized in relationship to your arms. Each arm. Good. And then come in, get rid of that. We're going to flip over and kind of do the contrary exercise. Sort of opposite, but slightly different. So it's not going to be with your arms, it's going to be with your body. Let's just do a couple ups before we get there. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, arch, and exhale, release. Third one, inhale, and exhale. Now, we're going to go with our head ear to shoulder, circling up, ear to shoulder, bangs to the floor. So you're making a circle with your upper body. 3 or 4 in one direction, and then the other way, changing direction. Doesn't have to be high. Work in a range of motion that feels good to you. Good, and relax. Melt into the floor, bend your knees, fall from side to side. Let this massage across the front of your quads. And let's take one leg in. So you're going to get a quad stretch, heel towards your butt. If you can't grab it, you can grab your pant leg or your sock. Do that. If anything hurts in your knees, don't force it. From here, you're just going to internally and externally rotate that leg from the hip socket. Take your time. Then you're going to kick it out and up. So half bow, reaching the other arm and leg up and away, kicking into the hand with the leg that's in the foot in the hand. Breathe. And release it down. Switch it to the other side. Same thing. Heel into your butt, quad stretch, pubic bone drawing towards the floor, front of your hip flexor toward the floor. And then internally and externally rotate that leg, getting that tissue to move in a really three-dimensional way. So the layers of fascia, muscle fiber are sliding and gliding around inside, hydrating tissue. Redistributing the wealth of hydration inside your body. The wealth and the health. And then let's kick it up, half bow, radiate out, breathe. And release. Let's come all the way up. Take it back into a child's pose. Surrender, let go, melt, wiggle around. Breathe some big, deep breaths into your belly. Letting your diaphragm push down into your organs. Internal massage. Good. And then taking it forward, we're going to do a tricep push-up into a side plank. So I'm going to do my tricep push-ups with my knees on the floor. Tricep push-ups, elbows are coming into your side, as opposed to more sort of pec and deltoid push-ups, which are more open. So triceps close by. Here we go. Down to the floor, come up, pop it into a plank, open it to a side plank, and bring it back. I'm going to drop my knees down to the floor, up, pop it into a side plank. If this isn't working for you, you could just do a forearm plank and then pop to your sides. if you want to. That's an option. Make it work for you. Thing about arm strength is that you just have to do it, right? Oh, it is, I don't know, an acquired taste, maybe. One that I love to have it, but the only way that I enjoy working towards arm strength is pole dancing. All of this stuff is challenging. One more time each side. And release, come down, melt, shake it out, let it go. So we're going to do a hip stretch. Hold on, let me just look at the time. Oh, this is a long day. We're just going to end it then. We're going to do a quick hip stretch and a tricep stretch. If you can, you're going to cross one knee behind the other, open your heels wide, take it down. If you can't do that, bottom leg straightens out. Any version of the hip stretch that works for you. From here, I'm going to take my arm down my back. I'm going to take this hand around and grab my fingers. If you can not do that, then pull on your t-shirt, grab your hair, try to connect in some way. And then from there, just a gentle looking from side to side. Breathing. Release the hands in and out like you're turning on and off a faucet, all the way up into your rotator cuff, into your shoulder girdle. Take it down, melt, breathe. Let go. Feel your heartbeat. Have a moment of compassion and kindness for yourself. Change it to the other side. I was talking to one of my meditation buddies who has been meditating for 1,000 years. We've studied a bunch of stuff together. He studied way more stuff than I have. And he said, you know, I think the whole point of it all is just to be able to feel okay, right? Just be able to feel okay about yourself and your experience. So now we're going with the other side down. What if we could just feel okay about ourselves and about life? Have some equanimity. Turn from side to side. Yeah, so like there's the whole there's the awakening, there's the liberation, awakening, liberation. What are we awakening from? What are we liberating ourselves from? Being a person on the planet, like what are we waking up to? I mean, a lot of it is being able to not attack ourselves or other people. I think that's a huge one. Can we be peaceful with ourselves? Can we be peaceful with other people? Take it forward. Do the in and out with the handles if you need to. Breathe. Good. And then release it, shake it out. Can we be kind? And it starts with ourselves, right? Can we be kind to ourselves? Can we not attack ourselves? This fundamental self-aggression that's, enculturated because of capitalism and advertising and, oh, look what they have, and comparison. Like, can we let go of some of that and be like, I'm here and I'm okay. And thank you. I am grateful to be alive. Let's take it into a forward fold. Shift from side to side. Let it go. And come into center. Shake your head no. Nod yes. Bend your knees. Roll it all the way up. Cameraman, could you fix that for me? Oh, yes. There you go. Inhale. Open. Ooh, my thing is going to die. I can see that. My computer. There we go. Inhale. Open. Exhale. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let go of anything. Let go of the yucky. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That's an exercise that some Laban movement analysts made up. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. I think it was to work with people with Parkinson's, or maybe it was just working with older populations. Get rid of the stagnant, the crusty, the self-attacky stuff. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Everything in this moment is okay. I hope everything in this moment is okay. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to close this out. TV Land people, feel free to write to me and we can discuss things. Whatever, if you have questions. If you have things that you would like to work on, let me know. Can I close it out? Yes, I can. Have a good day. Be kind to your body mind.